Hello, my name is Johan Loinga. In this video I will be demonstrating the MIDI real-time harmonizer. The MIDI harmonizer is based on the Max platform of a company called Cycling74. The MIDI harmonizer is a standalone application that can run both on Mac as well as on PC. Basically, the MIDI harmonizer translates an input note via MIDI to a 4-note chord. And these chords can then be harmonized to fit into a specific key or scale. By playing lower notes called key switches, you can change the key and scale to which to harmonize your chords to in real time. This allows you to play a solo line with additional note harmonics generated in real time that will always fit to the right key and scale at the right moment. The MIDI harmonizer is a great tool for keyboard players to enhance their solo lines, for electronic wind instrument players to run it on a PC or a Mac on stage and beef up their performance, as well as for DJs to play power chords that will always fit to the music that they play. Typically, the MIDI harmonizer can be used both in the studio running on your favorite digital audio workstation, as well as on stage running on a PC or a Mac. Let me show you how to use the MIDI harmonizer. First of all, you can program 4-note chords here on the right side. The reference note is the note indicated by the dark vertical line, as you can see here, and is always identical to the input note. In most cases, you want the highest note of your chord to be identical to the reference input note. So if I have now created a preset of 8 chords, the MIDI harmonizer will pick a different chord each time I play a note, like this. Now I can either have the MIDI harmonizer play the chords in sequence or in a random manner. By clicking the random switch over here, I determine the way the chords are being played. There's the possibility to define a negative offset velocity for the lower 3 notes in the chord. These notes will get a lower velocity, often meaning that their volume is turned down compared to the highest note. So for example, when I keep changing the velocity offset, you will get this result. You can also define how many notes are being played in the chord, all 4 notes or less than 4 notes. It will sound like this. Following the generation of the chords, you can also force these chords to fit in a certain key and scale. You can define the key. Over here, for example, I can hit an E. You can define the type of scale. This can be either major, minor, or dominant. And within that scale, you can also define the tension, like for example, a flat fifth or a raised fifth. Or you can define a major 7th. If you have a minor chord, you can define a major 7th. You can define a flat 9th or a raised 9th. And you can also define a raised 11th. You can store the scale setting for each of these 12 key switch notes, as you see here down below. And you can recall the scale setting in 3 possible ways. First of all, by clicking one of the key switch buttons, like this one, you can click here on the A, and you can see the A minor is coming up, or the F, and the F major with a raised 11th is coming up. You could also do that by playing a key switch note. In this case, I've defined a split point over here on the left side. So if I play a lower note here, like a G, you will have a key switch on the G, or I can play an A, you will have a key switch on A, and you can do that on any keyboard. And the third way of playing a key switch is by playing a chromatic above below or below above approach in your solo line. I will come back to that later on. Now let me explain the key switching a little further. You can define a split point at which lower notes trigger a key switch and thus trigger a change of scale. You can also turn key switching on and off. As you can see here I can define the key switch split point, either C1, C2 or C3. I can also switch the key switching on or off, meaning that if it's off, you can utilize the whole keyboard. If it's on, notes below the split point will trigger key switches. So if I play a note below the split point, a key switch is triggered. So for example, when I play a G like this, you see that a G chord in this case is being triggered. If I play an F chord is being triggered over here. Let me also explain key switching by playing a chromatic approach. You can also trigger a key switch and thus change scale by playing a chromatic above-below approach or below-above approach. This allows you to change scales from within your solo line. Chromatic above-below approach means first playing a note a semitone above the target note, followed by a note a semitone below the target note, followed by the target note itself. So let's say you want to change to D minor during a solo. You could then play E flat, D flat, D, which is the above-below approach. And you can see that the key is changed to D. Now if I play A flat, G flat, G, it will change to the G chord. Now here in the MIDI Harmonizer I can set the above-below approach over here, or I can set it to below-above approach, or I can switch it off.